have Coach Tang join when he gets done with the review.
Doug, you guys had a bit of a run there in the second half and then kind of just took over the game. What was the message in the huddle during timeouts just to try to kind of retake the lead and ultimately run away with it?
Pretty much, we've been in situations like this. At our circumstances we have now, we got to play a little desperate. So, we're just trying to finish the game. Whatever it took to finish the game, and we did the job.
I think you guys had 7 turnovers with 7 minutes to go in the first half, only 5 the rest of the game. Was that adjustments by you in particular, or just the team handling the pressure a little bit better?
I feel like timeout gave us kind of a break. We got a lot of guys playing hard for 40 minutes straight. So, after timeout, guys were able to calm down and just relax. And, I think that pretty much turned it around.
David, big second half there for you. 6 of 6 from the field. What was working there in the second half to really allow you to get going?
Shout out to my teammates and my coaches. They put me in the right spots. I just want to thank God being healthy every day. Last couple of days been tough. You hear news from back home. It's not easy, man, but I'm just grateful to be healthy and to be playing out here with these guys. And yeah, they was finding me in the right time. So.
Then obviously Coleman returns to the lineup after missing the last 4 games. What did it mean for you guys to have him back on the court in hopes of making this run prior to next week's Big 12 championship?
It's great to have him back. A lot of our offense runs through him, and he's such a willing passer and playmaker for our teammates. So, it's nice to have another threat out there who can play make and also make shots. So.
David, what was the biggest thing you guys prepared for to go against this Cincinnati team? Obviously, they were desperate, trying to get an NCAA tournament bid, but what was you guys trying to really neutralize?
They desperate, but so are we. So we knew it was going to be a tough and gritty road game. We had to be aggressive. I feel like at the beginning, like Coach said, we settled for a lot of threes, but as the game went on, we didn't let our defense impact the offense, and I feel like we kept driving the paint, and it ended up paying out for us.
David, did you feel like the more they allowed you to hang around when you guys didn't really have a rhythm in that first half, the more you guys would have an opportunity in the second half to make the run you did?
I'm always going to feel like we're going to have a chance, honestly. We're not some team that's just going to lay it down and give up. But yeah, most definitely, yeah. If you let a team hang around too long, they're always going to make a run eventually because, basketball is a game of runs. And so we did, so.
7 rebounds for Max. How big was he for you guys in terms of how he rebounded from his guard position?
It's big time. We need everybody to help with rebounding. It's a thing we emphasize, and we need everybody to help down and, get rebounds. So definitely shout out to him for that.
Coach, I asked.
Hold on 1 second. Are you guys done with student athletes?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll let the student athletes go, and then we'll have Coach, once they clear, we'll have Coach do an opening statement.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Doug. Coach, start with an opening statement. We'll go to questions.
All right. First of all, I just want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for the blessing that I have of being able to steward this program with these incredible young men. And we are learning that we can have a struggle and success at the same time, and that's just a part of life. And I just love the way my guys are responding. And in this day and age, there's a lot of transfers and going on. I got a group of guys that are playing for K-State, right? And you can see it, and I'm just so proud of them. And so that's a really good team that we beat, and they've lost a lot of really close games. And Wes does a terrific job. And so last year we came here and it was a nail biter the same way, and the coach just rose up and hit that 3, and that one stuck with us for a long time. And so I was happy to get this one.
what was the message in the huddle? I asked Doug this, but about, going on that run, being able to take the lead, and then being able to sustain that all the way to the end after it looked like Cincinnati had multiple chances to kind of run away with it.
We just, like, in the first half, we just weren't making shots, and we were settling too much for threes. And, one of the things we want to have as our identity is the ability to get to the paint and make plays from the paint. And I thought their physicality, they were just playing with more force than we were. And so it was, okay, we've got to drive with a greater force. We have to screen better. We have to cut better. And then it started going, and we didn't settle for threes. And because 5 of our first 8 shots were threes. And in the second half, we only took 5 threes. We didn't make any, but we only took 5. And because we just kept putting pressure on the rim. And so that was just what we wanted to do.
Coleman was obviously a game-time decision tonight. How would you evaluate his play, and what went into the decision to get him back in the starting lineup after him sitting out the past few?
Coleman wanted to play, right? And from the time he had the injury, he said, I am coming back and I'm going to play, and he didn't care what they said about how long it was going to take. And he put in incredible work. Him and Luke, our trainer. I mean, it was 24/7. And I told him, I said, Cole, man, I'd like you to play, but you have a bright future ahead of you, and it's more important that your health is more important to me than you playing. And he told me, thank you, Coach. I'm gonna keep working, and I'm gonna let you know when I'm ready. And today he said he was ready, and I told him, if you're ready, I'm gonna start you. I'm not gonna let you warm up and sit on the bench and get cold, right? So I'm gonna start you, and we're gonna play you. And if you're tired, let me know, and I'll call a timeout or I'll sub you out. And so it took him a little bit, and it'd probably take another little bit, but it's always, when you have a talented young man like that who sees the floor, he's basically our second point guard on the floor. It just makes everything move a little bit easier for you.
When you went over 5 minutes in the first half without scoring, does part of you go, how are we even in this? But yet you were.
My question to our staff was like, man, we got to do a better job of tagging here and doing that. I was saying something defensively, and they looked at me and went, hey, Coach, they're shooting like 20-something%. They only have 15 points. We got to figure out how to score. And I was like, okay, y'all are right. So, all right, let's figure out how to score. And so that's where my mind went immediately. But so we figured out a way, and we've been down. We was down, I think 15-0 at Arizona State. 14-0 at Kansas, and came back. Iowa State, it was 13-4. So we've gotten down before, right? And so we just tell ourselves, man, we've been here before. Let's just keep grinding, keep putting the next. Tough people do the next right thing. I got a bunch of tough guys that did the next right thing.
Coach, there was a play early in the second half where you guys suffered the turnover. Coleman comes back, you call the timeout. Coleman comes to the huddle fired up, trying to light a spark there. After the timeout, 8-0 run, what was said in that moment to kind of light those guys up to kind of spark that run for you guys?
Yeah, sometimes you say things in huddles and in the locker room that are just for the huddles in the locker room. But, man, I have no problem. Like, I asked our staff to find me somebody, find me players who are more passionate about this game than I am. I don't want to be the most passionate person on the floor, the most passionate person in the gym. And, man, it is fun to have a guy. And multiple guys who are as passionate about this game and representing Kansas State as I am.
Anything else for Coach? Okay. Thank you guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Coach.